Okay, this one's going to be three short stories. The first one is called Investment Club. While I was working in San Antonio, me and a friend of mine named Scott, we decided to start our own investment club. And in doing the investment club, he had to learn how to keep books, keep records, and he had to learn how to buy stock and all that good stuff. And we had a book. We got a book about how to do an investment club. So we used that book, and we had forms and all this that we had to fill out. Had to have a bank account with your business name. We decided the name of our investment club, Amigos Investment Club. So we had a bank. We had to have, we had to sign checks and whatever. So me and Scott were the people who had control over the bank. And so being part of a club, the more members you get, the more you can invest. So in the early days, didn't have very many members, but slowly over time, we started to accumulate. Most of these people were from work, and I guess word got around, and our club just got bigger and bigger. I'm not sure how long this lasted. I feel like it was several years. But I think at some point, probably because of the company we work for, the people that were attending our club that went to the same business, it just didn't work out anymore, and so we had to close our investment club. I currently don't have records. I guess since I moved a couple of times, I haven't seen my records from that, so I can't really tell you much about it, how long it lasted and that sort of thing. Anyway, it was an experience. The second story that I've got here is called Front Row Fiasco at Jurassic Park. And Jurassic Park was playing in an IMAX theater. You always hear the front seats are always good seats, right? That's not necessarily always the case. So me and Shelley, we attended the Jurassic Park at the IMAX, and the only seats left in the whole room was on the front row. Now, if you've ever been to an IMAX theater, it's very large screen, from top to bottom, sideways. So whenever we're on the front row, we're having to look up at the screen and look this way, and we look that way, and all to watch all the action. Well, you can imagine after a couple of hours of doing that, how your neck might feel later after the movie. Well, I guarantee you, our necks were so sore after that movie that never again sit on the front row of an IMAX theater, because it doesn't work. I mean, you can see the show, but your neck's not gonna be very happy. The next story is called wearing green and loops on shirts. This reference back to the time of me in high school. So anywhere between the late 60s, like 67, 68, 69, somewhere in there. And there was, well, St. Patrick's Day is like one occasion you got to wear green. So if you go to school and you're not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, you're in trouble. Because kids just love to get you and paint you, right? So you better wear green somewhere on you if you're going to high school there. And also in the 60s, for some reason, clothing manufacturers decided to put a little loop on the back of your shirt. I'm assuming that's where you could hang your shirt on a hook, but the kids in school like to call that Fruit Loops. And what they would do is they'd grab a hold of that loop and pull it off your shirt, or try to yank it off your shirt. And it, of course, one half of that loop would come off and it'd tear your shirt. So if you had a Fruit Loop on your shirt, it wouldn't be long, and that Fruit Loop would be gone. So do not wear Fruit Loops with your shirt. So if maybe I should research why that purpose was, but I never did. Anyway, that's the end of that story.